chickens, how are we all doing today? It is always lovely to see you, and of course it's time for a little tutorial. So if you're new to my channel, I'm Angela and it's always lovely to see you here. Warm welcome. Thank you for joining us today, and of course everybody, always grateful to see you here. Well, I am super excited because I've made a start on our new journal project down in the garden. And I'm loving the colors, and with this the sun has improved, the weather's looking better in the last few days, so I'm really excited. Okay, so today I'm going to use a paper bag or a lunch sack to do our project, and I do like using paper bags almost as much as envelopes. So yeah, I have put one into the one signature. We're going to make one for the other signature today. All right, now the page that I've actually used to make this is one of these. All right, so I've used that side of the paper and a little bit of that, and you'll see that as we go in. So I like to show you the page I've taken the image from. All right, so that's what we're going to do today. Oh, stay together there. Right, so I'm going to put that one aside. I want to show you what I've done with this one. So we've got it in this signature here. And so far we have this over here. So this is our little lunch bag. It does tuck in underneath the flap there if you so choose. It'll keep it flat, but I'm going to undo it quickly. It's really simple. It's like a bit of a matchbox situation. You have a little flap here with a little hidden card. So I've put that in there with a tab on it from the ephemera kit. Well, the add-on and the ephemera kit I've joined up. We've got a tag, a large tag in the back over here, and I've put on a lovely floral ribbon. I have a little postcard, altered postcard in the side here, which I've added a tab to, and a little ribbon that goes in there. I know it looks complicated, but you won't believe how easy this is to do. Then I've decorated the front there. I've added a little bit of lace. You can lift that up. Oops, move that out the way. You can write on here if you like. You've got a little tuck spot here from the gusset of the bag, and I've put in these two beautiful pieces of ephemera, so they just tuck in over here, and then I've decorated it up. All right, so that can just tuck in under here to keep it flat if that's what you would prefer. All right, I quite like it open so that the little ribbon is sticking out. So either way, when you close the book, it keeps it closed anyway, so you can do whichever you like. Now, I do have a freebie. You'll see this little butterfly here, this little frog, flowers, and some little sentiments, and you're thinking to yourself, well, we don't have that in the kit. Well, that's because I've put together a freebie for you today. So you'll be very glad to hear. This is a Facebook freebie, as always. I put it in my Facebook group for my members, and this is what it looks like. I've added all the little extras for you here. So we've got some nice sentiments. I've kept the sentiments along inspirational quotes along that sort of line. We've got some butterflies there, a couple of florals, some more little circle butterflies. I put a bit of washi and some other little one-worded words effectively, and then these two little critters at the bottom. So you'll find this in my Facebook group if you are a member. Now as I go on, I'll probably add a couple of more freebies. That's my dog Abby. Hello Abby. You nearly gave me a heart attack today. I'll tell you about that a little later. So I will have ultimately put this into my website shop with a couple of others that I do. All right, so there we go. That's, you can pick up in my Facebook group. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. This one went into the signature with the mice, and I am now going to show you what you need. And we're going to make a start. So you need a paper bag or a lunch sack. All right, my one measures 9.5 inches that way. That's about 24.5 centimeters, and about 5 inches that way. It's a gusseted bag, so it's got a flat base and it's gusseted along the side. Right, now I do actually have a video, if you don't have a paper bag, where you can make a gusseted bag. I'll try and find that link and put it in the description box. You can make it out of a large piece of paper, or even wrapping paper or brown paper. It's not hard to do it all right, but I didn't have time to do all of that today, so I'm using this. Use what you have, guys. Don't have to be exact measurements, as long as ultimately it's going to fit onto your journal page. That's all that matters. All right, so we do need to make a bit of a fold, and I'm going to just check what that is. I'm just going to take the one that I have folded already. So let me just do that, and then it'll be easier for me to tell you what to do. All right, so here's the bag that I have used, and as far as inches go, I have made a fold on mine 3 1/4 inches from the top. All right, I'll tell you what you need to look. This is about 8 centimeters. Okay, basically you need to be able to fold this down so that it's just going to catch the gusset here. All right, so that you can tuck it underneath. That's all. So whatever length of bag you have, you want to be able to just tuck that under there. All right, so that's what you need to know. Okay, then what I did was I took the page, the one that looks like this. If I just open that up, this page here, and predominantly I focused on this side of the page. I did take a piece over there as well, which I will show you now. All right, so I've measured the width and I've fixed it there. Now, with the previous one, so if we just have a look quickly so I can show you, I know because you'll want to know. If I just grab that page again, you can see that that bit there is from that section. All right, this bit I used a background page with the raspberry with the florals. Okay, and then this bit over here, we're going to use that right now. Okay, so here I've cut it out from that section there, and as you can see, I used that piece there then to fit on the other one. Okay, I thought that putting that and that looked too busy, so I wanted to go for the butterfly section there for the bottom of this. All right, if that makes sense to you, just in case you're wondering. Okay, so back to the drawing board. We're going to put this bit at the bottom here. We are going to, then I've cut out the butterfly bit to go at the top. That was just a little bit less busy. And then the pages I'm going to line it with are the distressed spring green gingham. All right, so I've cut a piece for, which one's wider? This one. This one is going to go down here. I've made it slightly longer just to tuck underneath that flap. And then this one is going to go there. All right, so that's the way it's looking. And so what I'm going to do is I haven't actually distressed this, so I'm going to do that quickly. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and stick these down now. So I'm going to start with the base here, and I'm going to just stick it straight across there. Probably easier just to leave that up a bit. Right, so that's the right way. Yes, so today Abby was looking at me like it's hard done by. She's not. She's a very spoiled dog. And it was time for a treat. So whenever I have my breakfast, or brunch, I should say, that's when I give her first treat. So I decided I'm going to give her the dried chicken strips, and it was quite a big dried piece, but I thought, oh well, she'll chew it. She'll have to chew it, and it'll keep her busy for a while. So I gave it to her, and all was well. I mean, this is not the first time she's had these, and she usually chews it, but today she decided gulping it down as soon as she could would be a better option. And of course, I think it must have hurt her throat or something, and she started crying like anything. It was terrible. I just dropped what I was doing to see what was the problem, and I think it must have hurt her throat or something. Anyway, Paige and I were like trying to massage her neck and her tummy, and I don't know. But anyway, as you can hear, she's back to her sprightly shelf playing with a ball next to me, because of course I'm here trying to do this with you guys. So of course she's got to make herself heard. Abby, it's not your turn, babes. Right, so I'm going to just turn this around. Now I want to stick this down, but I'm very mindful that I don't want to get it into the fold line. So I've got it just a hair's breadth away. Okay, that's our little lining bit there. Yeah, so I tell you, kids and dogs give you grey hairs. Oh yeah, so I've had great fun doing this, and of course I've been a busy bee trying to get everything ready. Don't forget your parcels, whether you got a printed kit or a bundle for this kit, it's going off on Friday. But of course I do have a couple of orders for other things which will be going off first thing tomorrow morning. So that's nothing to do with this kit though. If you've ordered something and this kit's involved, I'm sending it all together to save you postage, which you know I like to do, because then I can refund you any savings. Right, now that I've gone through all the admin. Right, so we've got that there. I'm going to, before I put this on, I'm going to just go like that. Right, what I am going to do is I'm just going to glue the inside of this flap so that it lies flat there, and the same on the other side. I didn't do this with the other one. I did something slightly different, but it didn't work as well as I thought it would, so this is better. Okay, we're going to stick this on the top. That's gorgeous, isn't it? And yes, thank you so much for all the wonderful compliments that you guys have given me about this kit. I tell you, I was just overwhelmed with happiness on the weekend reading them all. So thank you so much for taking the time to leave a comment. I am having to get better without writing a essay, as my son says, for every reply. So please do forgive me if I just heart your reply. It's not that I do want to write an essay, as he says, but I just have to limit myself because there's so many. So please understand, and I read them all, and even if I've just left a heart, I've still read it and really appreciate it. So thank you guys. Right, I've got those there, so we've got everything covered now pretty much. Looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. I'm going to just take my milled lavender oxide here, and I want to just go around the edges of the bag, so where the white bits are sort of sticking out. This is a lovely light color. You can use one of the other ones that I've got, but for this project today I'm just sticking with the pale, and a little bit on here. There we go. Right, it just takes the white off. Okay, now in your ribbon bundle you've got these strips. I used the pink on the other one, and I'm using this one over here, and I could put it up there, but I think I'm going to put it down here. Right, so all we want to do is take a fabric glue and do a very thin layer of little circles across there. Okay, let's give that a go. Now put it where the first one, learned this from the last, helps to make one of these so that you find all the pitfalls. Run that along there. The flowers won't turn easily, so that's why I'm encouraging you to you know, watch that on the corner. And then I think it's just here that I need to put a bit of glue. Okay, I'm going to get my scissors and chop that one off. And the same over here. The other one I wrapped round, but it didn't work as well as I planned. Keep those. So we've got that there, looking good. Right, now with the piece of lace, I put the other cream lace on the bottom. It was this one. I love that one. So I'm going to put this one on the bottom of this. So I'm just turning it over. Oops, sorry. Oh yeah, I must remember to glue the other bits. All these thoughts are going through my head. Right, so there we go. I tell you, it's quite something to record a video. All the things you're saying and remembering that you need to do is quite something. Right, I'm going to turn that over and just get the edge of my lace on there. Right. Okay, so that's looking great. It's such an easy project. It doesn't look like it is, but it really is. Then from the freebie sheet, I cut out down the garden path, which I'm going to put on. I've cut out Henrietta. We used Freddy the Frog in the other one. So I'm going to put that on. I'm not going to stick a flower on here because there are a lot of florals going on this one. The other one was plain. And then I've got 2 flowers. So I've got the mauve ones. Now the mauve ones are new in my shop. And these are there already. And the other new one is this spring green. So those are listed. But all the others are already in the shop. So you've got the 2-toned soft pale pink and cerise, the ivory, the cerise with ivory, or the cerise with cream, or the pink with cream, and these little cerise ones are also new. All right, so there we go, and they are the perfect colors for this. Now I cut out one of these little leaves. I think this is autumn leaves or something. I'm going to put that on as well, and there's a little butterfly somewhere. All right, so let's get started. So the first thing that I did was I wanted to put that down with this over there. So that's sort of going to go, but I didn't want to get it too much on that flower because I quite like that flower, but I do want to put this on, so it will have to go up a little bit, I think. Like that. We will have to go over the flower. And then before you stick this down, I would say it's quite important to decide which side of the page you're going to have it open on, because that's going to affect where you put your tag and your flowers. All right, so I think with this one, I did find a page here, not that one. I thought I would do it just after this, so I'm going to stick it here because that looked pretty plain. So I want to have my tag on this side, where on the other one I've got it on the other side. Okay, so what we should do, perhaps, we're going to have it like this, and we're going to put our flowers on there, yeah, and our little pieces of fabric, and all of these bits come from that ultimate bundle, like that. And then we are able to put our tag in. So I think that's important to do. Now let me just have a look what I did with the butterfly, and it must be on the floor, and it is. Right, so this one came from that freebie pack as well. So I'm just going to put a little bit of distress ink over where the white is, and they all just disappear. All right, so that's the one I was looking for. And a little bit on Henriette. Now Henriette does come out in my garden every night. I think they're nocturnal, must be. She's got a little hutch and 2 plates, one with the water and one with the hedgehog bites, which come from Amazon. Of course they come from Amazon. You know what I'm like. Right, I'm going to just move those over there. Did I say I wanted that there? Yeah, we want it there. So I'm going to just take my pencil, because you know I don't want to get it wrong. Okay, so we'll have our glue, and we'll stick this down. Yes. Now I haven't bumped into Freddy the Frog lately, but the lawn is due for a mow, and I do always look out for them when I'm mowing, because I don't want to hurt anybody. You know, it's just how it is within my house. Everything has a name. There's too many field mice to give them all names, but they are the sweetest. Gosh, their feet move fast. They move. They're very quick. Right, so we've got Henrietta down there. I'm going to just put my glue on here. Right, so we're going to get, I'm just gauging this quickly, so I know that's going to go there, and then I know where to put this. So we've got it in place. Okay, and then just take our little fabric bits out the way. I think I'll have the pink one at the bottom and the mauve one at the top. So this requires the fabric tack, definitely. So I just want to get that onto half of this so that I know it's going to go there like that. And you can always put a clip on this, and then just cut little circles here out of fabric from that kit, and I quite like this. Right, so we'll stick that there, and then these little flowers come from that trim, from the ribbon. No, is it the ribbon or the lace? I think the lace bundle. I had to think about that for a minute, because it's pure daisies. That's what it is. And here's the cerise one with a edge, and I'm going to just move it slightly over like that. But there we go. Oh, and then no, I'm not going to use this glue, it's too messy now. And then again, just press that down. There we go. And then this last one here. I'm going to have a great time peeling the glue off my fingers in a minute with a nice cup of tea. Yeah, I had it on here, so that's where it's going to go. Okay, so there's everything stuck down. So as I said, you want to decide where you're going to put this on your page, and this is the crux of the matter now, because you will need a craft knife. So what have I done with mine? Okay, so I've got my craft knife here, and I'm going to open the blade quite long. Now what I do is I turn this to where the gusset is. Oh, I must remember to stick those bits down. You've got your gusset there, all right. Now what I do is I take my knife, blade down, and I'm going to just slit a little hole there. Can you see? And then on that crease line for that, I just run the blade to the end there and put it back in and run it there. Okay. So now you can see I've opened up that whole bit there. Now the reason I do that is because behind here I'm going to have this bit for the tag pocket. So I needed another place, and that's why I've opened up the gusset. Now I don't stick that down, it doesn't hamper it in any way, so that's also fine. So now what we want to do is get it onto our page. So I'm going to take this book here and turn to where I said, so it's going to be on here. So I'm going to just lift this off. Luckily nothing's in here yet, so it's nice and easy to work with. Now I was going to stencil, but there's so much of the page is covered, I'm not going to bother with that. Right, so I'm going to get it over here. Now I don't mind that little bit of the flowers are sticking over, because my cover will come a little bit further out anyway. That's just the way I do it. So now what you want to do is, let's use the pencil. I'm going to go a little bit more over that way, I think. Right, I think that's all right. I'm going to use my pencil just to mark where I need to get it, all right? And then put your thumb there, because we're not going to put glue on that side, and then just run your hand down. Okay, Okay, how cute is that? Oh, I'm loving this already. I really am. So just press it with your hands. Alright, there we go. Now I've got my little ephemera bits here. So I've got this little one and this from the ephemera. We're going to use those two for the inside. I've got my large tag that I've put just a little ring on as a reinforcer. It's just my 3/4 of an inch punch, or 15 mil. I've got a ribbon on that. Okay, all my ephemera I back with this paper. This little one is going to go in just in the flap of the bag, and then these cuties who don't have names, it's going to be Cyril the snail. We're going to put into the side. All right, so there we go. I can go back. Sun's shining. Oh, I want to go sit in the garden. Right, so here we have this one, and this one's going to slide into the back here. Right, perfect. Okay, this one we're going to just flip up, and that reminds me, flip that back. Now your bit over here, just run some glue up the side there and up the side here. Right, that was the one I kept thinking, gosh, I mustn't forget. Right, that's going to, I haven't gone all the way, but it doesn't matter because I've sort of stopped there with the glue, just so that you can tuck that under. Right, I want the colours pretty. I love it with the green. Okay, we'll get to that. This one now slides into this little pocket over here. It's like a secret compartment. All right, now you can press it further down, but I'm quite happy with it like that. Then these two little ones, aren't they cute? I love that. Look how the bird's looking. There's a bird on either side there. My bird feed has got 6 little half windows, little doors, and all the seed in the middle, and they are always full, and I've got 2 of those in my garden. Right, that goes there. Looks beautiful against the green. This is going to go down. I'm going to just run my bone folder across there, and this card is going to lift up, and we're going to slide it into that pouch that we have just created. Right, there we go. So you can tuck that in there now, but you know, it'll fit in there, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to leave it like that. Then this goes back on top of this one, and it goes in there, and I think that just livens up that whole page, doesn't it? Right, so that's our project for today, everybody. Go and grab your freebie in my Facebook group. All right, it's called Down in the Garden, and I'm going to say DITG, Down in the Garden, freebie 1. All right, so that's what it is. So that's that one, and that's that one, and that's the 2 for today. Oops. All right, thank you so much, guys. I'll see you on Friday for another little project. Go and have some fun with this, and share your makes in the Facebook group so that I can see them too. I love seeing what you guys make. And if you're looking for this kit or a bundle, I think there are just a couple in my website shop. All right, and you can get the kit in Etsy as well, of course, but much better deals in my website shop. Right, everybody, I will see you on Friday. Have a great one. See you soon. Bye-bye.